Hello, people. Thank you for clicking on this video. I wish you all Merry Christmas. I hope you and your loved one are having a great day, a great holiday. So let's get to it. So we saw Conor McGregor interview few days back where he went hard on UFC for playing balls with him, and it isn't the first time he has spoken about that. Before that, it happened before Donald Cerrone fight, and again during Dustin Poirier trilogy as well. So UFC has been playing ball with him, even though Conor McGregor is the biggest star on UFC roster. You could still say that, but because he generates that kind of revenue, and UFC has been twisting his arm. That's what he says. He has been itching to come back. It has been like around one and more than 1.5 year uh, since we saw him against Dustin Poirier trilogy where he broke his ankle. But he has been fit, he has been training. So what Conor McGregor can do to make sure to put one back on UFC? And Conor McGregor has done that before. So you remember before Dustin Poirier rematch, before the second fight, Conor McGregor fought Donald Cerrone and he wanted to come back, but UFC was not giving him any opponent. There was talk of Justin Gaethje and other fighters. Khabib rematch, but he retired. So UFC was doing the same thing with him. They were icing him. So what he did, Conor, he he and Conor and Dustin Poirier came to an agreement to fight for a charity boxing match in December in Ireland. And UFC didn't like that, and they couldn't say no. You can't fight for like charity fight, but they knew that they can't let their cash cow, one of the biggest revenue generator, to fight for free. To fight in a fight where UFC won't be benefited from that. So Conor might have to pull something like that once again, and that's the only way UFC is going to make him fight. But there is another thing with Conor McGregor. He is right now on the wrong side of things. He is 35 years old. He's not that young buck anymore, and there is it is very unlikely that he is going to fight for another title. Like, let's face the fact. So UFC is not going to put him in a situation where he is going to fight and lose to another fighter, and he is not going to fight just anybody. It has to be somebody, a marquee name, like somebody fans are interested in seeing him against. It could be Ned Diaz, Dustin Poirier, or Rafael Dos Anjos. That would be an awesome fight for him as well. But there is no other. And another thing with Conor is like he is not going to fight on somebody undercard. He has to be on the main card. And one thing still hasn't changed about MMA. Like, if you see boxing, if somebody has a greater name, you could see that even if it is a non-championship fight, that fight is main event, and championship fight happens under them. So maybe UFC will come to terms with that in the future. But it also makes sense, to have a championship fight in the main event. For that reason, it is sure that Conor McGregor is not going to fight on UFC 300. Maybe UFC is icing him for International Fight Week, because after there are, I think that most of the fight on UFC 300 main card is going to be championship fight, and after that, like, UFC is going to need a lot of contenders. So in International Fight Weeks, on the main card, all the fight would be non-championship, but except Conor, all the fight would be for title challenges. Somebody like who is in top 10, fight like that. And even if talking about Conor is only 1 or 2 wins away from fighting for the title. So you never know with UFC. Dana White can sell you anything, man. So that's the thing. So Conor has to pull something like that as well, and that's the only way. Like, Conor can twist UFC arm again. Otherwise, he's not going to fight before International Fight Week. That's for sure. So that's all it is, and Thanks for watching, and please support me by subscribing, giving a like, and please let me know what you want to see and let me know your opinion. And have a great day. Take care.